welcome to Nala's Kitchen, a show we cooked up to make a delicious food and to make a delicious day for you. You may be noticing we're in a different space, a different kitchen. Well, we're visiting family and it's a gorgeous kitchen, so why not make some gorgeous food? What's on today's menu, you may be asking? Well, we have some cheddar cheese, drum roll, homemade Cheez-Its. You heard it first, right here. We are making homemade Cheez-Its on today's episode. And there are some Cheez-Its, like the regular ones, in the cupboard. So we'll also do a taste test that compares them at the end. What ingredients do we need for homemade Cheez-Its? Well, cheese for one. I did a sharp cheddar from Trader Joe's, and you need 1 cup, a fourth a cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, about a half a teaspoon of salt, and you're gonna need some more to top at the end as well. This is just for our flour mixture to start. And lastly, you will need 2 tablespoons of cold milk. That's gonna stay in the fridge until we need it, because we need it cold. So let's get, first things first. You will need a space that you're gonna have to be able to roll on, and a roller or something to get that action with. And for the Cheez-Its, if you have that fancy little roller with the fun little sprickety spokes, that's great. I don't have that. We do have a pizza cutter, so you can use a pizza cutter if you want just plain cuts. But I wanted to try and make the edges like a regular Cheez-It, so I'm gonna use this and just go boop, 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 and cut like that. Because I don't want some plain Cheez-Its, I want some fun ones. But, you know, I might change my mind and go to a pizza cutter. Who knows? Next, for the circle in the middle, I'm going to use a chopstick. You can use a straw, really anything that has something that you can just stab a hole in. And that's it. And that's it. Let's move on to the food processor. Alrighty. You're going to take your cheese and dump it in your food processor. And not make a mess like me. Not make a mess like me. Maybe open it a little bit bigger than just this little hole that I opened up, but we're gonna stick with it. I'm just gonna clean up our mess. Clean up, everybody, everywhere. There we go. Ooh, ASMR. All right, next, your flour. There we go, there we go. Yeah, again, just open up the big boy. I'm just committing to this because we have it locked already. And then your salt. Again, that's the first batch of salt you'll be using, because the rest, it'll be on your last step when you're sprinkling some more for some salty goodness. So you're gonna go ahead and close this guy on up, lock it in your pocket, and then you're gonna blend, and you're gonna pulse. You're gonna pulse. You're gonna pulse. Ready? Let's pulse. Ooh. How's the cheese like? Oh yeah, all right, this is what we're looking like right now. Just our flour, cheese, and salt. Now we're gonna add our butter, pulse until crumbly, more crumbly, and then we'll add our milk. Let's take this guy off. Ooh, I'm locking it. We don't need to lock it. All right. Oh, and it's just helpful. Just cube them. So this is a 4th cup of unsalted butter, cubed. And just drop those cubes in, like ice cubes. Haha, we like butter. Okay, put that back in, lock, pulse again. Several pulses. We want it closer to the dough we're looking for before we put our milk in, so extra crumbly. Ready? And pulse, pulse, pulse. Alrighty, do you see how we are more crumbly, like almost a dough right here? This is what we're looking for before we throw in our milk. So next step, toss in our cold milk. Yeah. And then we're gonna pulse some more until we look more like a dough. And then we're all good to transfer and roll out. All right. I would say it's telling us it's done. So I'm gonna check on it. Yeah, look at what we got here. Woo! So you're gonna take all that's left. You can get some of that flour on the bottom too. Mix that in there. So essentially, you're gonna take everything you made here. Even if it's not perfect, it's fine. It doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna roll it out on a floured surface. So it'll get even more flour as well. You just gotta get this flour first, Gotta get this part. The beginners. Okay, here we go. All right, to our floured surface for rolling out our dough. You're gonna take your dough, plop it on a lightly floured surface, and start rolling this guy out. We want it pretty thin because they're gonna expand and pop, get some volume in the oven. So we are gonna try and get this very thin before we start cutting. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so cheesy. That's what we're looking like right now. Just keep rolling. Hello, hello, baby, you can do everything. It kind of smells like the packets when you make mac and cheese, like, you know, out of the box, like that cheese packet, that's what this smells like. So I'm thinking we've got it right. Now, it is not a perfect rectangle as I would wish, but we can re-roll the sides and make a rectangle and then re-roll the dough. Essentially, so you're supposed to be making like an inch by inch by inch by inch square. So it is nice to have like a perfect rectangle, so, you know, it's not like too off. So I'm gonna make a little rectangle. We'll start them up here. Oh yeah. Okay, that kind of gives us a cut we want. Like I said, I'm open to changing to a pizza cutter. Let's cut right here, cut right here. Yeah, we'll re-roll these guys later, and just making that rectangle as pretty as possible. All right, I like my cut. I'm gonna keep cutting this line. Now, because I don't have a pizza cutter, I did make it a little bit more difficult for myself. It's gonna take a little longer, but I like this cut that's happening. It doesn't make it a straight line. And then we just whoop, and I would say that is our first Cheez-It square pre-hole. Yeah, I'm gonna keep cutting. Alrighty. For the cuts I used this guy in the beginning because I really wanted the fun Cheez-It shape. However, for time's sake, I transitioned to a pizza cutter because it was way quicker. And, well, I didn't realize it, but I was at an angle. So, some of them are uneven. But this one right here, this would be the perfect size they are looking for. Cheez-It 1 inch by inch by inch, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then we are going to poke our holes into our Cheez-Its. I don't know scientifically or like for food wise if it needs the hole or if it's just an aesthetic thing, but we're gonna do it. So I just grabbed this guy and we're gonna see what he does. I'm gonna poke some holes in here. It's kind of like arts and crafts. Come have some arts and crafts. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, we're gonna use this guy. Make some holes. As you're poking your holes, go ahead and preheat your oven to 325. That will be the perfect temperature for your Cheez-Its to roast. Our Cheez-Its are complete. Our holes have been inserted. And now you are going to place on a lined parchment paper baking sheet and then throw it in the oven. Go ahead and grab your Cheez-Its and place. Oop. Place them. All right, like I said earlier, your oven should be preheating to 325 right now. Once you get your baking sheets with parchment paper all lined up with your Cheez-Its, because I cut them uneven, we have some stragglers on this guy, but it's all good. You're gonna grab some more salt, and you're gonna salt on top of these bad boys. Ready? Just a little more salt. We are salted and ready to be thrown in the oven. Bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes until a deep golden brown, so you get that crisp. Here we go. 1 in the oven, 2 in the oven. Voila. While our Cheez-Its bake in the oven, I want to chat with you about pet adoption, specifically about the Long Beach Animal Shelter pet adoption. Well, if you want a cutie like this cutie, or any other cuties, maybe a hamster, a kitten, a cat, anything else like that, go check out Long Beach Animal Shelter. They need you, they need me, they need us to help save those pets. All the information for our Long Beach Animal Shelter's pet adoption will be found in the description below. See you when our Cheez-Its are out and ready. All right, our Cheez-Its are out of the oven. We are going to compare them to regular Cheez-Its. What I gathered from the first time making homemade Cheez-Its is, one, I didn't look at a regular Cheez-It. What I could have done was just use a pizza cutter and then take a fork and go doot, 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 doot at the end. That would have made a similar shape and thinner. Since I made them all different shapes, still, I needed to make them literally just barely thinner. But this is a comparison. Made in a factory, made at home. And also, this is in my oven, so I did my best on what I thought was the proper setting. So when I try to get at my house, maybe it'll come out a little different. But this is what it looks like, and I think, oh yeah, so good. So good, just thinner. Because now this kind of tastes like like the thickness of it is like a cheese stick, you know? Like that crunch, that thicker crunch. So like, for example, if you come on in, I can show you the thickness. All right, that's all the deliciousness I have for you today on Nala's Kitchen. Thanks for joining. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell your friends and family, not only about Nala's Kitchen, but about pet adoption at Long Beach Animal Shelter. Until next time, remember, you can make things at home. They can be tough, and you can reward yourself with eating whatever you made. Be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back or a hug. Just be proud of yourself at what you did, taking some time for yourself, with yourself, mindfully cooking or mindfully baking. Until next time, stay seasoned and balanced. Go enjoy your Cheez-Its.